Hi, I'm Dr. JP here with another book. This one is an old classic. It's called Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but this is the James Marshall version, and it's got a little silver medal here. It was a Caldecott silver medal winner. Alright, but anyway, let's sit back and hear Goldilocks and the Three Bears by James Marshall. Read by Dr. J.P. Once there was a little girl named Goldilocks. "Oh, what a sweet child," said someone new in town. "That's what you think," said a neighbor. "I wonder why they thought that." Well, let's look at the picture here. Shows Goldilocks is swinging off into, it looks like, a tub of water, and there's some little kitties sitting down there. And the neighbors are like, "That's what you think." Well, so let's get back to the story here. One morning, Goldilocks' mom, she sent her to buy some muffins in the next village, and she told her, "Now, you must promise, Goldilocks, not to take the shortcut through the forest. You understand? I heard that bears live in that forest, and you do not want to meet the bears." Goldilocks said, "I promise, Mom, I promise." But to tell the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls, and she just liked to do what she wanted to do. She didn't care. So let's take a quick look at this picture. Oh, there's her mom talking on one of those old telephones, talking and saying, "Okay, go get the muffins." And Goldilocks is like, "Okay." And then she heads out into the forest. But of course, she wants to take the shortcut. And it says, "Danger, very risky, not a good idea. Turn back, go the other way." But, well, does she do that? No. And the squirrel is looking at her like, "What? You're gonna do that? It says don't." Well, meanwhile, if you remember the story, you might have heard it before. In a clearing deeper inside the forest, there was a charming house. And inside it was a family of brown bears, and they were sitting down for breakfast. Okay? So, let's take a quick look at their house here. Oh, it's a nice little house, and there's a little chicken up there at the top. And down here we see, oh, they're getting ready for a little breakfast. And they have a lot of stuff out there in the woods. Okay. So, well, what happened? As they were getting ready for breakfast, big old Papa Bear said, "But Dewey, this porridge is so hot, it's scalding, I just burned my tongue." And Baby Bear said, "I'm dying." And Mama Bear says, "Not really, you're not dying. That's quite enough." Why were they doing that? Well, it was because the porridge was too hot. And there's Papa Bear, there's Mama Bear, and there is Baby Bear down there. "I know what we're gonna do," said Papa Bear. "Why don't we just go for a spin while the porridge cools?" "Excellent," said Mama Bear. "Let's get on our old bike." Yeah. So they got on their bike, and they just started riding their bike for a little ride. And they said, "Tra-la-la, tra-la-la." And they're just driving their bike. And you know what? Well, a few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. And she walked right in. She didn't even bother to knock. She just came right in. And on the dining room table, there were 3 inviting bowls of porridge, and she said, you know what? I don't mind if I do. I think I'm just gonna eat a little bit of this porridge. Well, let's check this part out. So here, she just kind of walks right in the house, and she sees the porridge, and she's like, I think I'm just gonna eat a little bit of this right now. And so, well, the porridge in the first bowl, it was too hot, and she said, "Patooey!" And she started spitting it out. And then she touched the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. But you know what? It was too hot. No, it was not too hot. It was too cold. It's too cold. But then she tasted the porridge in the little bowl, and it was just right. It wasn't even hot or cold, and she goes, And she ate it all up. Well, what happened next? She was feeling full and satisfied, and she said, maybe I'll just take a look around this place. But right away, she saw there was this brown fur everywhere. Why do they have this brown fur? They must have some kitties here. And in the parlor, she saw 3 chairs. Well, I don't mind if I do. And she climbed into the biggest chair. Well, the biggest chair was much too hard. And she just really couldn't get comfortable. Now let's check that out for a second. Okay, here she is. She finds some hair. She says, we must have some kitties. And she comes in and she finds this big old chair, and she goes in it and she's like, whoa, this chair is very big. And there is the pictures of the bears in the house on the walls, but she hasn't quite figured it out yet. So, well, what does she do next? She sits down in the medium-sized chair, but that chair is too soft. And then she goes, oh, it's so soft I can't even get out of it. But then she saw the little chair, and she said, that chair is just right. It's not hard, it's not soft. I like it so much. And she started rocking in the chair, and she was rocking and rocking and rocking in the chair until the chair just goes and falls completely into pieces. Let's take a look at this part. Oh, there's the chair that's just a little bit too soft. And here is the chair she goes in, and then she breaks it. Well, what happened then? All that rocking, it left Goldilocks quite tuckered out. I think I could take a little snooze. I think I should just take a little snooze, she said. But she said, I better go find a comfy place to take a nap. So she goes upstairs. Now, what's upstairs? There's 3 beds. Well, I don't mind if I do. And she got into the biggest one. But the head of the biggest bed was way too high. Let me show you what I mean. Here she's getting sleepy. She wants to go up to take the nap. Now she goes into this bed, and look, the bed is way too high. And there's some bunny slippers under the bed. So, and she says, let me try the medium-sized bed. And there's the medium-sized bed. But you know what? The head of that bed is way too low. And she's like, I don't like this. So she said, oh, there's a little bed. Let me try the little bed. And she tried it, and it was just right. And then she fell right asleep. All nice and cozy. And she didn't even hear the bears come home. And look at the little bear's room. It's got all these things in it. And, well, what happened? Let's talk about what happened next. Because the 3 bears came home. And they were really mighty hungry. But when they went to go get their breakfast, they couldn't even believe their eyes. "Hey! Someone's been in my porridge," said Papa Bear. And Mama Bear said, "Yeah, someone's been in my porridge." And Baby Bear said, "What? Someone's been in my porridge and it's eaten it all up. It's all gone." So, they came back from the bike ride, walked into the house, and there... "Oh, ate my porridge, ate my porridge, ate my porridge." Well, then of course, where did they go next? They went into the parlor, and they were in for another surprise. "Someone's been sitting in my chair," said Papa Bear. "Yeah, someone's been sitting in my chair," said Mama Bear. And then Baby Bear goes, "Oh, but someone has been sitting in my chair and has broken it all to smithereens. Oh." So, well, Papa Bear's not happy about that, see him? And Mama Bear's not too happy. But Baby Bear, oh no, Baby Bear's very sad because look at that chair's all broken up. And of course, they decided, let's go upstairs. And what happened when they went upstairs? At first everything sounded gonna be like it was gonna be okay. Then Papa Bear lay down on his big brass bed. "Hey! Someone has been lying in my bed," he said. And he was not happy about this. Mama Bear sat in her bed. Someone's been lying in my bed. And then Baby Bear said, "Someone's been lying in my bed, guys, look! Someone's been lying in my bed! Look, and she's still there!" And that's when everybody looked. And Goldilocks. Well, Papa Bear said, "Look now, look, see here," he yelled at her. And Goldilocks goes, and she woke up, and her eyes almost popped out of her head. And she said, "Nothing," because before she could say anything, she jumped out of the bed and ran out the window. And there, she jumps right out the window. And then Baby Bear goes, "Who was that little girl?" I don't know. I don't have any idea. I hope we don't ever see her again, though. Yeah. And so then what happened? Well, they never did see her again because Goldilocks ran, and there they are looking outside the house. See? Goldilocks ran away and didn't ever come back. The end. Well, that was a good story. I hope you enjoyed it.